So why would an old guy like me be doing Jiu Jitsu? Why would I be putting myself through all the black eyes, skinned foreheads, jam thumbs, hurt knees? Well, it's not some kind of midlife crisis. I'm just a guy that likes to test myself out. I like to see where my limits are. And for a long time, I didn't do anything like that. I just kind of sit on the couch and played video games. So how I got started was my son-in-law was looking for a place to train, and we started going to a gym that was fairly close by, and it didn't work out. Uh, Long story, but we were doing just like kind of straight up MMA. It was just kind of a weird mix of everything. I didn't really plan on training myself until I stepped on the mat. I just thought, oh, well, I'll try just for a second. And I wrestled in high school a long time ago, 30 years ago. That's a long time. So I wrestled in high school, and I was pretty good, but I was kind of lazy and kind of a screw up, so I didn't stick with it. And it had been 30 years since I had been on the mat. But as soon as I got on the mat, all those old feelings came back. I loved it. I was hooked. But the gym, like I said, wasn't really a good fit for us. So a new gym opened up. It was a jiu-jitsu gym, and it started. It was named Conviction Martial Arts, and it was ran by a guy named John Brashear. Now John's a young guy. He was in his early 20s at the time, and we go strolling in his gym, and since I wrestled and the mats are pretty rough on your feet. I had me some wrestling shoes, and we go into his gym, and I was like, hey, we've been going to this other gym, and I used to wrestle way back in high school, and I just wanted to roll with you once just to see what you got. John's like, sure, sure. I said, is it okay if I wear my wrestling shoes? And he's like, oh yeah, yeah, sure. And wrestling shoes. So I get on the mat, and John just kills me. I mean, I was completely helpless. I had no answers for anything he was doing to me. So I knew that that's what I wanted to do. Some people may have been thrown off by just getting destroyed like that, but what I saw was the potential. I saw that that's where I wanted to go, and this guy could take me there. This was some legit stuff. So I trained with John for 18 months at his gym, and it was brutal. We would roll an hour and a half, 2 hours every night, and that's rolling. That's not drilling, that's live rolling. I could barely crawl out of the place, and I stayed sore most of the time. My elbows would hurt, my legs would hurt, my face would hurt, everything hurt. I know my face was probably killing you, right? So after 18 months, John decided he was going to close his gym because there was only a kind of a hardcore group of about four of us that he was training, and it was a lot of driving for him, and his training was suffering. So he shut the gym down, and what we all decided to do was go train where John trains, and that was at Forza Martial Arts in Russellville. And Forza is ran by a guy named Brian Wilson, and Brian and his wife Cora run it, and man, they're great. It's a great place to train. If you're a vet, if you're a firefighter, police, EMT, you can go 2 nights a week and train for free in no-gi grappling. And no-gi grappling is basically just it's mostly jiu-jitsu, but it's a lot of pretty much anything that works in grappling. That's how no-gi works. And so I started training there, and I really like the place. It's nice and easy. I go 2 nights a week, and it's about a 45-minute drive for me, but I'm willing to do it. My game, my style. I throw a lot of stupid crap in. Pretty much bend it the wrong way and see if I can get a tap type of deal. But I do throw a lot of catch wrestling moves in just because I like to mess with people a little bit. And usually, what I found out is that a good jiu-jitsu player will shut that stuff down pretty fast. They'll find an answer quick. Usually, by the end of the class, I get shut down on that. But it's fun because it helps to evolve the sport. It helps to evolve grappling. Grappling in whole is evolving. Like lines are getting blurred between different styles. Catch is bleeding into jiu-jitsu, it's bleeding into sambo, jiu-jitsu is bleeding into everything. But basically, the difference in all those styles is how you get to that finishing move. It's jiu-jitsu is very much based in technique, leverage, position, as where catch wrestling is pressure, pain, and just kind of forcing your will. The thing I would say to anybody, especially somebody my age that is thinking about trying jiu-jitsu, just do it. Just get in the gym and try it out. You're not going to get hurt unless you're stupid. If somebody catches you in something, just tap. Pride's the only thing that will get you hurt training jiu-jitsu. And believe me, we all get tapped out. It's not a big deal. Tapping is learning. If you're in a tournament and somebody catches you, man, good on that guy. Tap out. Don't go walking out of there with a broke arm because you didn't want to tap. So I would highly recommend it, especially for folks my age, and not just for a self-defense point of view, but just a training, a fitness aspect, just staying active and being part of a community. And once you get in the jiu-jitsu community, I'm telling you, man, it's a great community. Everybody cares about each other, and you will be part of the family. Oji-san.